Hello, welcome back. First of all, look at how cute my backdrop is. I bought it on Amazon a few months ago and it's just been folded up in my closet hanging, and I don't have a plancha to iron these out, so let's just pretend it's not there. But look at how cute. I really like it. It's my first time actually setting it up and I love it. It didn't come with like the hanger thingy, so it's just like thumbtacked onto my wall, but look at it works. This is my vitamin C juice with some other vitamins. You guys, I got COVID again. This is my second time. I don't feel as bad as the first time. I do have like a tingly nose and a sore throat, but not as bad. The first time I was like cold sweats. I thought I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. But I'm feeling okay this time around. My daughter's not here, so I've been able to just be more comfortable, I guess, in my home versus her being here, and it kind of being more scary, me not wanting to get her sick. Anyway, so I'm drinking this, feeling better, the airborne tablet thingies, and we are going to chit chat today about how I became a medical assistant. So my come to work with me video did really well, and since then I've been getting messages here and there about how I became a medical assistant, any pointers, and how much I make. But how much I make, I'm going to make a different video on that. Anyway, before we begin, cheers, salud. Everyone stay safe. Okay, so before I applied to the job that I have now, which is a medical scribe / medical assistant, I was working at a property management place in Vallejo because I had my real estate license. So before medical assisting, I got my real estate license and I was trying to kind of play in the world of real estate, and I kind of wasn't so in love with it because I really wanted to do nursing my whole entire life, and I just wasn't so passionate about it. So I decided, let me go back to school, and in the meantime let me try to find a job that is more in the field of medical and care, which is what I wanted to do. So I was looking on Indeed. It's an app, or I think you can just go online on Indeed. You don't need to have the app. But I was able to find a job where we live now. We weren't in this area before, and it started off pretty well. The job that was opening was actually for a receptionist, so it was for a front office person. They needed help. The business was growing really quickly, and I had history experience working as, you know, like reception. Like I've done the real estate work where I was at the property management. I was like up front, you know, dealing with our customers, and then, you know, before working in sales and phone. So I've kind of had, you know, some experience like in that area. So I applied. I did like 2 interviews and got the job. So the whole thing with that was, let me get my foot in the door, let me get experience, maybe around the environment similar to something that I want to be in. That's how that started. And then like 2 months later, the back office, which is, you know, the medical assisting, needed help. They were getting short-staffed, and they knew, like when I interviewed, I had let them know I'm going back to school for nursing because I had initially started. So I'm going to go back, finish up what I need to do, and I can give you guys like 2 years before I you know, leave and go start applying. So they knew that I already had an interest in caring and medical. So they were like, hey, can we move you back to the, or can we move you to the, from the front office to the back office as a medical assistant? And that's kind of how that went. You guys, it was very, very quick because I started late October, and then I got moved to the back office in January. So I had just like finished like my training, but also there's that 3-month probation period, right? I don't think I was even like done when they were like, hey, we're moving you, or would you like to come move to the back office, be a medical assistant, scribe, work closer with the doctors? I was like, oh yeah, awesome. Like, I'd rather do that than be doing like front office paperwork, because I want to get more hands-on, and that's how I'm going to learn better, being in the room with the doctors. So being a medical scribe, you do all the notes for the doctor. So if you go to another like doctor's office or a dentist or whatever, usually they'll do their own notes with the doctor, right? And then the medical assistant kind of just rooms you, get your vitals, ask you like, why are you here today? But as the medical scribe and assistant, I room the patient, and I also do the doctor's notes. So that means when the doctor goes back in, I go in with them, and whatever they're discussing, I'm inputting into the patient's chart. Like whatever a diagnosis is, oh, this patient has a rash, and what kind of rash, and how to treat it, and blah, blah, blah. So that is our job as a medical scribe, to do the doctor's notes for them. So it moved pretty quickly from the time that I started, got moved to the back office, did a little bit of training, and then coronavirus. So we actually got shut down like everybody else I was out of work for like 2 months. So started working in March. We were shut down for 2 months, and then we went back to work like at full speed. So the clinic was open at this time. It's dermatology. The doctors were seeing skin cancer patients that couldn't wait. So anything urgent, like non-cosmetic patients were being seen, but like there was no one there to work. It was like a lot slower pace. We came back to work, and it was just at 1,000 miles per hour. Everyone who needed their cosmetics done, everybody who needed to have their skin checks came back in. So I didn't have training very long before coming back, being out of work for 2 months, and then just having to go. I had to like learn very quickly how to do the notes, what was what, and try to remember the little bit that I did get to learn, like my month and a half of training before we got shut down. So that is how I became a medical assistant, honestly, by just starting to work at a clinic and getting called back because they needed the help in the back office. So, and I think they'd rather have someone that they know is a good worker, someone that they got to meet and knows that has ambitions to continue in like the medical field. So I am not actually certified, but I do help the doctors with things that they need, like assisting. We do small biopsies. We learn on the job. So everything I have learned now and how to do things all has been trainings from work. Anyway, to answer your guys' questions, how do I become a medical assistant? How can I do this? If there are programs where I believe if you go full time to like a community college, it's just about a year long. I think that's what I have heard and have read, that is about the average time. I do live in California, so in California it is about a year worth of schooling to become a certified medical assistant. For some reason there are programs that are longer than that, but mainly it is about a year long training. But I think that's full-time, so I guess if you're not full-time, you work and then you go to school part-time, it will be like longer. But that is how you can do it. You can also do what I did, and I get paid pretty well. I think I also live like in a good county where the pay is better here, so that gives me like an upper hand. I feel like I do get paid a little bit more than what other certified medical assistants do get paid in other areas. So it's just looking for a job. Even take the job. Like I said, I started off as a front desk receptionist, answering phone, making appointments, checking people's insurances, and now my job is completely different. I'm in the room with the doctors. I get to hear what's going on. I get to learn, and a lot of the times, I'm not going on 3 years. Last week, one of the doctors had said a diagnosis I have never heard of before. I was like, wow, like you learn new things that you just like would have never thought of. Like, wow, what is that? And we are in dermatology, so it's kind of more like skin related, hair, nails. But if you're like more like family medicine or just different areas of medicine, you'll learn a lot. And that is what I recommend for you guys trying to get in. Either go to school and do it full time. If you can't, get a job somewhere medical related, something that you want to do, even if it's not in the area that you think you want to be in. Like, I never thought about being in dermatology, and now I love skincare, and I'm so cautious about stuff, and I've always been pretty good about like just taking care of myself, but now a little bit more that I know the consequences of not putting on your sunscreen every day. Anyway, so I never thought about that, and now it's kind of like in the back of my mind, maybe in the future I do want to work in derm as a nurse, or do cosmetics in the future. Like, who knows? Like, you know, I've always thought about being a baby nurse, you know, like a labor and delivery, mommies. But, you know, you get exposed to different areas and you just get to learn cool new things, and your mind just opens up. But I do recommend you guys go to school. If not, find a job on Indeed, on ZipRecruiter, if you guys want to get started there. And don't be scared, don't be nervous, because I started off zero experience as a medical assistant dermatology, like scribing, and I learned a lot being here in the last 3 years. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. The way I got into medical assisting is not the traditional way, but it can happen, and it's happened to a lot of the girls that I work with. They're not certified medical assistants, but we are scribes, and we do a lot of like on-the-spot training. You know, that's how we've learned how to do a lot of the things that we are doing today, and we do a lot of stuff. So you guys, don't be scared, don't be nervous, just get out there, ask a bunch of questions, and I'm sure whoever you guys work with are going to be really friendly. No one knows everything, okay? You guys all need help. Everyone starts somewhere. Just be kind, be polite when you're asking, and really take in what people are telling you, because they are giving you their time and their knowledge to help you out. So be considerate of their time as well. Anyway, if you guys haven't checked out my other videos, go ahead and check them out. I'm trying to be more consistent on here, and hopefully I'm feeling fully myself again. I'm like 75% right now, so maybe tomorrow will be like my last sick day, and I'll be back at 100%. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and follow me here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.